What's going on, guys? All right, here we go. So, finally back here on YouTube. Took a little while. Took a little bit of a hiatus. Wanted to talk about why I was gone for a little while and what's going on, and trying to do some pretty cool new stuff for you guys and testing some stuff out. But like this, title says, there's something that I'm going to be trying out, which is to allow you guys to actually call in. So here is that information. If you want to give it a try, kind of wanted to test it out. It's going to be a new software that I'm using when I do my mentoring, because I've been having problems with Hangouts lately for the mentoring sessions. So I'm going to try this out, and I thought it would be pretty cool if I started doing a talk show, but I don't know if that's like something that you guys want, like where you guys are able to come in and then actually call in, or you can use the link right here. Right here. Let's see how we do this. Right here, you use this link, and that will actually allow you to call in from your computer, which I think is pretty cool. But it's essentially just a new software that I'm going to be using or testing out and see if it's going to work for me, and if this is something that you guys would want on the channel. Maybe call in, ask your questions, and everybody will also be able to hear your questions. It'll kind of be like a radio type thing. I thought it'd be pretty cool, but we'll see. I mostly just wanted to test this out, see what the quality was like, see if anybody would be able to join or not. But anyway, let's talk about where I was. After I put out the last Swift UI weekly, I got really busy. I'm actually currently in the process of like transitioning into searching for a job. So that's why I've been like, I don't know, like a little bit busier. Because when I apply for jobs, I only apply for specific ones that I really, really want. And I don't plan on just going out there and just wasting a bunch of time applying for jobs that I don't want. Hold on, it's getting pretty hot in here. 1 second. All right. Anyway, yeah, I so I'm going out for essentially job opportunities, right? And I'm kind of just creeping into it. I only want to do like a few at a time. I really want to pick and choose the ones that I really want to apply to, and then go through that process. So it's been a long time since I've actually applied for a job. The contracts that I've gotten have usually been through like word of mouth, or um, through the channel or things like that. My courses, things like that. So it's been a long time since I actually applied for something. Usually stuff would just kind of fall in my lap, and that's how I would go about doing these things. But now I'm actually looking to get a job at a bigger company. I want to get a job at a company that's medium to large size company. So I know that the interviews are, well, they're actually real interviews. They're not like, hey dude, what's going on? And I'm like, hey, what's up? And then he's like, hey, I saw you on YouTube. And I'm like, yeah, I could do stuff. And then they're like, you want to do my app? And I'm like, sure. So it's going to be a little bit different, right? So medium to large size company doesn't really care about all that stuff necessarily. And I have been kind of getting into that prep mode. So I've only reached out to a handful of people that I actually know work at some reasonably sized companies, and that companies that I would actually care to work at. There are still a few on the list that I'm going to be going through, and applying to over this weekend. Overall, it's going to be in the LA. For the most part, it's going to probably either be in the LA area or in the Irvine area. But there is one company that's pretty close to me, which probably isn't going to pay as much, but having like a 15-minute drive would be really nice because right now my commute to work, and luckily it's only twice a week, my commute to work is 3.5 hours one way. That means that I have to spend 3.5 to 4 hours coming back, and that's kind of, I mean, it's a little bit, it's a little bit long. What's going on, Shailesh? Um, so I'm kind of in this mode to like, I want to start applying for jobs, and I want to make sure that I'm choosing the ones that I really like. I'm kind of excited about, um, and not necessarily all of them I'm going to be excited about the actual product, but it's more about the environment, because chances are I'm not going to end up working at a place where I'm just, oh my god, about the product. Like there's nothing that I really care about that I'm passionate about that's going to essentially hire me. Like I'm not that passionate about anything other than like Apple products and comic books and coding. That's pretty much it. That's all I'm really super excited about. So to get hired at a company that doesn't do that, which is all the companies, then it's not going to be like the actual product is what I'm super interested in. But what's more important is actually the work environment that I'm looking for and the culture. So I'm looking mainly for a culture fit where it's more of a modern culture, where it's like, not everybody's wearing a suit and tie and all this other, you know, super strict official stuff where nobody can like, where chain of command is super strict and you can't talk to anybody unless you go through the proper channels. Like I kind of want it to be more of a laxed structure where it's where it's more casual dress, especially as a developer. And then also I want to be able to, like, if I have a good idea, I want to be able to bring it up to the company and try to get the company moving forward. Like I want to make an impact. I want to work on a product that makes an impact and things like that. So I'm currently in that situation, and I'm not gonna officially like go out there and start applying and like say, hey, let it rain, until after I get some of these companies tried off the way. Like once I apply to some of the companies that I particularly want to focus on, and then after that I'll, like, if nothing comes out of that, then that's when I'll just say, here's a resume, guys, send them my way. But yeah, all right, so if you guys are in and watching this, I would appreciate it if you could give it a try to call in. You don't even have to say much. I just want to give it a try and test it out. So if you could call in, if you're in the US or Canada, I believe that phone number works. Let me see. This phone number, I believe, works if you're in the US or Canada only. Feel free to try it if you're in a different country. I would like to see what happens, if you could just tell me what happens. And then this link, I believe, works for everybody. So, man, I need to cut my nails. So that link works for everybody, I believe, because it's going through your computer. Try that out as well, and let me see. I just want to see what happens. For my membership, I'm starting to do office hours, and I'm going to start doing office hours more often for them. So that's where they can just call in, or they can share their screen, and then we can go through stuff and we could talk back and forth. And this was kind of just like a test for that. So let's go over the content. Let's see. I didn't really get to go over. Okay, so got to set up a screen for that. And what we're going to do is we're just going to shrink my head Just shrink it on down. And we're just going to put it like that. And what we want is to actually capture the desktop so that we can kind of go over this. Because I wanted to go over, I kind of needed to create a content schedule. Because I don't want, that's like the number one thing that I don't want to happen is to let Swift UI fall behind schedule, which it kind of is, but it kind of isn't. It's still on a weekly basis, technically. But like if I didn't release anything this weekend, then I would definitely be behind on Swift UI weekly. All right, window capture. Maybe that wasn't the right one. All right. And let's just go ahead and shrink this down so it's not all craziness. All right, so, and we'll just, that should work. And we'll just put this in the back of everything. Oh no, it froze. There it goes. Yeah, so if you guys could call in, I just want to try it out. Like I said, don't really have to say anything, just say hi. I want to see if the audio works and stuff like that, and we'll be good. All right, so let's see. What I wanted to do was I wanted to bring up a Pages document. Can't find it for whatever reason. And do a new document. And what we're going to do all right, so let's talk about this. I don't think we could keep them all as title, huh? Nope. Oh well. So let's start from the top of the week, right? And I hate that they don't let you do this. But let's see if we can get a 50 on there. And we can say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I did this a while ago, but after I went to San Jose, like my schedule got so out of whack, and I'm trying to just like get back into it. Like I loved going to San Jose. It was like one of the most like life altering things that has ever happened to me, but like one of them, you know. But yeah, it's just like I couldn't recover from that. I don't like all the way that this is looking. Mon 2, not even twos, just 2, and third, and fry. Okay, so what I do know is that can we get I think I'm gonna do is courier like, what is it called? All the same size? Yeah. Perfect. All right. So let's see. On Sundays is going to be Swift UI Weekly. We can abbreviate it like this. This is what I've been doing. Swift UI Weekly. Or like that. That looks sexy too, actually. On Mondays, I don't know. On Wednesdays, that's web dev. So that's going to be like your Vapor and your Katura. Hey, brother, where you from? Riddick. I am from the Los Angeles area of California in the States, buddy. Where you from? Friday is going to be the Flutter Day for all of you haters that thought I was gonna just forget about Flutter. I'm not. Um, Monday, actually, do I still want to do web dev? Um, yes, I do, because we're still in the 100 days of hustle. So this is for the remainder of 100 days of hustle, right? Um, let's just make sure that we're putting that. So hashtag 100 days of hustle. Oh, it doesn't fit. Let's get it to fit. There we go. Hashtag 100 days of hustle. Perfect. So this is the 100 days of hustle schedule, which, in case you're not familiar with my 100 days of hustle, it's just I set some pretty outlandish goals, and surprisingly, I got a little bit close. Well, they're I don't know. I got to get back on track. I'm super far behind, but I still think that I can like accomplish all of them. But real quick, what the 100 days of hustles goals for me were to release 100 videos on YouTube. I'm not even halfway, I don't think, or maybe I'm halfway. I don't know. 100 videos on YouTube, um, 100 posts on IG, 14 IGTV posts, 14 TikTok posts, 14 podcasts. What else did I do? Four books and 3 apps and 3 courses. So that's what I decided that I'm going to release over the course of 100 days. Wanted to see what would happen. Um, Not even close right now, but there's still some time left. There's still like a whole month left. And then on top of that, I've actually, like, regardless of if I just stopped right now, I'm so much further than where I was like 60 days ago or 80 days ago. So much further. So it's been awesome. Anyways, Monday is going to be Swift time. So this is going to be iOS day. So that could mean Swift UI, that can mean UI kit, whatever, but it's going to be iOS related. And this is going to be web dev. All right. And then on Tuesday, we're going to have topic videos because that's what I'm transitioning to, in case you guys wanted to know. I'm planning on transitioning to that topic based stuff, talking about whatever is relevant in the development field. And then on Saturdays, I was thinking about doing a couple of different things. Now, not really sure where I want to go with this, and if you guys have if y'all have a recommendation, then feel free to let it out. But I'm thinking, what should we do? I know that we definitely want to do learning videos, but I think that's going to be throughout the week. I think this is going to be... Oh, you know what? I think I'm going to go with this new topic, which I think is super important, which is job related. Get hired. So, there's, and I haven't fleshed this idea out completely, and I'm not even sure. Let's see. I want to get hired. So let's talk about this real quick. So going through this process of me getting hired, right? I'm looking at all the different types of requirements that these companies are having, and a lot of the time they're on topics that there's like a lot of requirements that revolve around, like, obviously whatever it is that they need for the job, because it's like relevant and specific for application or whatever. But there's just some things that a regular iOS developer probably wouldn't touch, and I'm thinking like, oh well, like you know what, let's just call it resumes. um no, not resumes. It wouldn't be resumes, it would be yeah, get hired, I guess. But essentially, like, what the idea is to go through the description, the job description, and essentially go through the areas that people might not have experience in, like something very particular, and then from there we would build something based on that so that you can say that you have experience with that, which is one of the things that I recommend for anybody that's looking for a job, is that you actually do work up front and then you kind of add that to your resume. This way you can say that you have experience on this particular area before you apply. And I was thinking that we kind of go through and do something real quick, and maybe it's like a live stream or something like that, and we just build something out real quick based off of whatever they're using, whatever technology they're using. So let's go ahead and try. Let me demonstrate kind of what I'm envisioning. So like, let's say you were to go to something like Indeed.com, where that's where they do job listings, and let's say I just wanted to get hired somewhere in Los Angeles, California, for iOS, right? And I just type in iOS, and let's say I wanted to get this one right here, right? So what we would do, and let me blow this up for you, and I know you guys can't see the bottom of the screen necessarily, so there we go. All right. Oh god, yeah, they need to hire a developer. That's what they need to do. Jesus. All right, so hope you guys can see this. Anyways, we would go to something like this. I don't know what this company is, but we'd go somewhere like here. We'd go through the actual resume, or not the resume, I keep saying resume, the company description or whatever, and we would take a look at some of the qualifications that aren't obviously 10 plus years management, whatever. Don't know why you even need that many years. Like, after a specific amount of time, like, the amount of years doesn't necessarily equate to anything. Yeah, it doesn't it doesn't necessarily equate to anything. Up to date with UIKit, iOS, the iOS SDK, and core data. So let's say something right here, core data. Okay, maybe I do, maybe I don't have something on that. So maybe we build something out with core data, or let's see something that's like kind of like, not normal. So experience with MDM, mobile device management and app distribution, test flight hockey, experience with continuous integration. So this is something that I personally excuse me, I personally don't have. Like, I feel like it's a little bit weird that you would ask a developer to kind of be in charge of this, senior iOS engineer, whatever. But so in this case, Buddy Build, I haven't implemented that myself yet. From my understanding, you would just kind of set up your GitHub, and then whoever's in charge of the, DevOps would take care of that. But I guess, you're a developer and you're supposed to be DevOps and all this other stuff. So what we would do is, let's say I don't have any experience with Buddy Build. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get started. So let's begin. Bam, right here. And then maybe we just spend like a couple hours just going through this entire topic right here. And we're just trying to figure out, okay, what can I do in order to make it show that I have experience on Buddy Build or something like that. And then we can go through, like, if you guys have recommendations, like if you're looking for a job where you live, maybe I could type in, hey, I'm looking for a job in wherever you live. I know that a lot of you are in different parts of the world, but I could still type in whatever right here, figure out what jobs are out there, and then we go through the entire we go through the entire process of just building out something like, oh, well, I'm just going to go ahead and create the most basic thing with Jenkins or Buddy, and then, see how fast I can do that. Maybe we were able to bang it out in one live stream, and then, you could throw that right on the resume, or at least, we can go through the learning process together enough to the extent to where, you can build on top of that and make it kind of shine a little bit. But like Jenkins, I've heard of Jenkins before, never used it. And that's not really like a developer's fault. Jenkins CI. Like I said, like this, it's kind of weird that a developer is supposed to be in charge of this. This is like usually somebody else's entire role, and then you just kind of play into that. But I guess if you're a senior, maybe you're supposed to have something like that. The leading open source automated server, Jenkins provides hundreds of plugins supporting. So I don't know, we would download this, and yeah, we would have to go through and set all this up. So I don't know, that's just an example. And I think I'm going to start doing that because I think it would be helpful. Familiarity with development distribution and MDM for Android is a plus. Once you already have one of these services built up, it's not too hard to keep going once I understand. Experience with AWS, Microsoft Azure, or similar backend services. See, this isn't even really like a iOS position. This is more of a DevOps position. They're just looking for somebody that does everything for them. Unit testing. See, like I don't have strong unit testing skills. Like I know how to unit test, but I don't have strong ones. Maybe we just want to show, maybe we go through unit testing that day. Experience with multi-thread asynchronous code. That should definitely be given. A track record leading projects, mentoring peers, and collaborating technical. Yep. Solid understanding of fundamental computer science concepts. Probably not. Ability to work under pressure, manage difficult situations in a fast pace. Yep, could do that. Excellent interpersonal. See, these aren't even. Loves learning new technology, deeply concerned. Review design code. So code review. Thunder. Yeah, give me a call, Thunder. Feel free to give me a call. Feel free. And yeah. One second. There we go. And let's see. Ability to make right trade-off choices when dealing with functionality complexity. Yeah. You have to know how to do that, because you need to know. Yeah, this is a very important skill, actually. This is like a really big, it's actually pretty good that they include this. Ability to make right trade-off choices when dealing with functional complexity, conflicting priorities, and bold schedules. So the reason why I kind of wanted to bring this up and make sure that I'm mentioning it so much is because when you're working for somebody and you have a deadline, you need to be able to, because I promote that you don't use dependencies, because they're a dependency. You're depending on somebody else. And from my experience, depending on other people can be problematic. And that's the thing with dependencies. Like, they might be great, there might be a large team behind them, but if they fall behind for whatever reason, that's going to affect you in a major way. So, but you do have to use dependencies a lot of the time. So you have to be able to figure out, is it best for me to is it best for me to go through this and build stuff myself, or is it better for me to just grab this dependency and then shove it into my project because I don't have the time to learn that. So I have a whole entire video dedicated on this, and I'm not gonna, you know, rant about it. But overall, if you have the time, then you should definitely try to build it yourself. This way there is no dependency, and it also makes you a better developer because you're gonna start learning. So yeah, represent the team and remove hurdles to enable each team member to operate at highest level of efficiency. Yeah, so that's delegation and stuff like that. Ability to hire, mentor, manage performance of team members. I could do that. Communicate senior executives. Yeah, so this is not worded properly. This is also a very important skill when you're getting hired. Ability to communicate with senior executives and business stakeholders. So this is not properly worded. It's more like along the lines of effective communication is what you're looking for, because what you need to do is you need to break down the problem and explain what's going on with your team. And when there's a requirement for whatever piece of functionality that needs to be implemented, you need to break that down into layman's terms, like explain it to me like I'm 5 years, like explain it to me like I'm 5 terms, right? Because you're talking to people that aren't technical, that aren't going to know even what like a variable is. So that's why. Learning attitude to continuously improve self, team, organization, passion in computer science. Yeah. Deeply concerned about excellence, familiarity, cardiovascular signal. Oh, that's interesting. They must be doing something specifically to that. So look at going back to what is actually needed for this. What they're actually looking for out of everything that they mentioned is for you to be able to build apps, persist data with core data, and have some release the app to the App Store and to test flight, things like that, and then have a little bit of DevOps experience. So this is what they're really looking for. They're looking for like 3 major things. Like if you wanted to apply it to this, and then this is like the salary range, and this is in Pasadena, California. Calabasas, I don't even know where that is in comparison to me. But let's say we were going to we could keep going down the chart. You have 2 to 5 years of experience. Don't know how that's even a range. 2 years and 5 years experience are very different things. Familiar with most/many areas of the iOS API. Yup. Given a bug, fix it. Yup. You like the work that you do. Your code doesn't suck. I might actually apply to this place. Experience developing customer-facing commercial iOS apps. Yep. Must know Objective-C well. Our apps are not in Swift. Oh, see, that's where you kind of messed up. Because I definitely will not apply to somewhere that's only doing Objective-C. If you're porting to Objective-C, I would definitely apply. If you're porting to Objective-C, there's no reason to stay on Objective-C. It's dying. It's on its deathbed. As soon as Swift is able to interact with C++, it's over. You have Swift++. Experience customer consuming RESTful. Yep. We use both Git and SVN. Familiar with both. Very helpful. I don't even know what SVN is, so let's go ahead and look that up. This is just turning into something completely so Apache Subversion, often abbreviated SVN after command name. Interesting. This is what I've been doing lately, guys. I've just been like learning stuff. Open source. Software developers use Subversion to maintain current and historical changes. Okay, so this is just an alternative to Git, which is really interesting. And what I would normally do at this point is I would open up YouTube and I would just type in SVN. and then I would learn about SVN. That's what I would do. Now I'm kind of curious because this is what I was gonna do anyways. So anybody that's interested in getting a job, let's go through this together. Let's see what's in Los Angeles. React Native, no. Senior iOS engineer, what does that mean to you? Tap cart. What does senior iOS engineer mean to you? All right, that's telling you about the company, about the role. Code review. So our engineer is continuously looking for ways to better ourselves and our peers. We believe that taking the time to write great code is crucial. Ooh, I like this. We're encouraged by this by pair programming, code reviews, demos, and pull requests. I like where this is going. So, 5+ years coding experience. Well, yeah, I do have that technically. So I started coding technically because I realized that without the enough years of experience that you're just going to be rejected. So what I'm going to count as coding experience is when I first started writing code, and that was back when I was doing web development. And that is me technically being an indie software engineer, an indie software developer, right? So independent software developer. I started back in 2014, doing web development. Started web development with what was it, like Wix, and then moved into actual HTML, CSS, and some jQuery. Try to learn JavaScript, never really got it working. Swift came out, or no, web development. Then decided, hey, iOS, let's try Objective C. Don't know what I'm doing with Objective C. Swift comes out. Oh, this looks awesome, but I wasn't like, I like played with it when it came out. I played with it when it came out. Did like some little bit of scripting. My scripts were playground stuff, and I just manipulated stuff. And then I finally figured out, oh, this isn't how you make apps. You actually have to use iOS and UIKit and stuff like that. That's how you build interfaces. So yeah, I do have 5+ years because that's been since 2014. Be technical with your when your years of coding experience, as long as you're confident in your abilities, which I'm very confident in my abilities, not to be like a douche or whatever, but come on, like, that I've been teaching y'all for a while now, right? I know what I'm doing. What's going on, McCool? Let's see. A penchant for writing clean, reusable code. Okay. Eagerness to learn and teach. This is looking pretty good. Okay. Work well with teams. Depends on the team. Definitely. I'll say yes, obviously, but definitely depends. Knowledge of architectural patterns such as MVVM and protocol-oriented programming. So I have an entire course on protocol-oriented programming. That's no problem. MVVM, I know how to do it. I haven't practiced it in a while, but I know how to do it. I understand the basic concepts, wrapping your objects. I mean, it's still technically MVC. Don't know why they call it MVVM, honestly. It's still technically MVC, honestly. Your lessons are awesome and very knowledgeable. Thanks, McCool. I really appreciate that. I'm glad that I can help you. Anything in particular that helped you, if you could let me know, that'd be great. I'd like to know how I helped you. Like, what specific video or videos or topic did you find helpful? Familiar with cutting-edge programming techniques such as reactive, promises, and functional programming. So functional programming is the opposite of cutting edge because it's been around for a while, but I understand what you're saying. Reactive, I guess, like I haven't built too much other than a test project with RX Swift, and I'm gonna probably reach out to reactive Swifts over the weekend. Promises. Actually, I haven't worked with promises. I've worked with promises. Well, yeah, I haven't technically worked with promises, but I've worked with futures, which are kind of like the same thing. But yeah, uh, I want to buy Ray Wenderlich video subscription. Do you have a discount coupon? It would be really helpful. Um, I don't have a discount coupon, but if you were to use my link, it would help the channel. I would really appreciate it if you used my link to purchase that. So if you go here, it's not a discount. I don't think anybody has a discount for his things, but all you have to do, click on this link and bam, I helped you. You click on the link, bam, you helped me. That's just how it goes. Bonus points. At least one of your apps you can point to on the App Store. Okay. Experience with other programming languages. Yep. Experience with unit testing. Yep. Interest in e-commerce. Yep. This actually seems like a pretty good job. Oh, but it's in Santa Monica, and I really don't want to go to Santa Monica anymore. Yeah, that's too bad. What is Tapcart? Tapcart. It seemed like a really good situation. Let me see where it's at. Ugh. Oh God. Yeah. I get off of, like, where am I? Where do I get off? I get off around this area, I think. Kind of hard to say. No, it's over here, 26th. Yeah, so I get off somewhere in this area, and it's even farther, so I'm not doing that. Can you make lessons on core animation and Bezier paths? Maybe. Core animation and Bezier path. So the thing about animations is that I'm actually not that good at them, because it's a lot of math. It's a lot of math, and I'm actually good at math. It's just like, but I'll think about it. I'll definitely think about it. I'll add it. Okay, I will definitely add it for you though. Core animation Bezier path. All right, it's in my notes. I'll add it to things to consider, but I can't promise you that that's coming out anytime soon, because I'd have to learn it, and right now I'm only covering stuff that I'm like super excited about. So I don't know. I might do an animation course though. Maybe. I'm not good at it. I'd have to spend a lot of time learning some stuff. And then yeah. So these are kind of far from me. Anyways, this is essentially what we could do, is we can go through. Oh, let's see. Oh, this is the same place. Yeah. So we could just go through. If you guys could let me know what country you live in, and then we just go through and build little projects based around what the requirements are, and hopefully that'll help you get a job, because then we can build something together, and then you could be like, oh well, actually, bam, right here, like, this is why I meet all your criteria, and yeah, bam 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 bam, you just reuse this, and then you put a couple of projects where it's like, hey, this is exactly what we're looking for, and then voila, you can get the job. Kind of want to see what this one is though. It's kind of low though. 100, that's not even enough. iOS and React Native. Get out of here. Not doing that. Kind of want to see where the jobs are. All right, but that's going to be pretty much it, guys. I don't know. I kind of want to keep looking though. I mean, I'm still going to keep looking. No, I'll just stay on here. Let's see. What's right here in Pasadena? That's not even right here. Actually, let's do Irvine. Irvine. And then we have to change it. So here, it stayed cool. So sometimes you don't always get what you want. So iOS developer. You're sponsoring. Scared to put what you want. Yeah, see, they don't even know what they want. Circa Laboratory, Circa Core. Let's see. Core Bluetooth. See, that's something I don't have knowledge on, but I can't even test that because I don't have a Bluetooth device actually. I do have a Bluetooth device technically, but this doesn't work with just anything. It'd be lovely if it did work with just any. I got to get like an iBeacon or something. Play with that. Senior UX, software, cloud QA, iOS mobile developer. Seems alright. Passionate about iOS, Objective-C, and Swift. Thrive solving complex. That's me. Are you finding a job? I am looking. I'm looking. But more of what I'm doing right now is this is mostly like what we would do on like on a Saturday or something like that. So, on a Saturday. So this is like the new schedule for the remaining couple of weeks that we have left in this 100 Days of Hustle. So we're going to have Swift UI weekly. We're going to cover something on iOS on Mondays. We're going to talk about a topic on Tuesdays, web development on Wednesdays. Thursdays, another topic. Fridays will be for Flutter. And then Saturdays, we're going to try to get hired with something. And what that actually means is let's go ahead and take a look at a job listing in your area, whatever country, whatever city that is. Let's see what they're hiring for. And then let's see if we can build something real quick just so that we can point to it on our resume and be like, here, this is exactly what you're looking for. So within 6 months, you will produce complex user interface, integrate with in-house and third-party RESTful APIs, analyze, debug, resolve applications, work with minimal supervision to extend and improve native application. Within 12 months, you will have demonstrated excellence within the engineering organization, built products that you are on daily by millions, be someone. Let's see, 2+ years experience building native data-driven iOS applications using Apple Xcode. Yes. See, that's cool. This is why you guys gotta start now. Just start now, because then, a couple years later, you got 5 years of experience that you can put on your resume. Feels pretty good. I was looking at Acorns. Something in here I didn't really care for. Well, first of all, they're saying mid-engineer, but you need 5+ years of software experience. Like, what the hell? Deep knowledge of native, expertise in iOS design patterns. Could do that. ability to weigh and communicate pros and cons of different approaches. Good at that. Experience developing, releasing, and maintaining native iOS. Pointing us to your work on the App Store. Experience build high performance dynamic UI programmatically using both conventional and auto layout strategies. Why would you put this? That's so interesting. So this part I understand programmatically, because some people don't have those skills, right? Like a lot of juniors actually don't have that skill set. But conventional and auto layout, like you really should only be using auto layout. If you're still setting frames, there's something wrong there. Well, not necessarily, but for the most part, like you're not going to be setting frames unless you're dealing with like actual user interaction on a specific area of the screen, like touch events. Unless you're dealing with touch events, you really shouldn't be touching no frames. Yesterday, my friend did ask me, is that possible for a developer to be a project manager? Possible for a developer to be anything you want? You want to specify a little bit more? So yesterday, my friend did ask me, is that possible for a developer to be a project manager? Yeah, I mean, that's part of being indie. So like when you're doing independent development, you know, you're the project manager, you're the CEO, you're all of that. Project manager just is like a title that is given to people that that are kind of put on the line for making sure that the entire app, like possibly even on both platforms, is doing what it's supposed to do. So usually that's like a dedicated position. But depending on the size of the company, it can be like, oh, you're the iOS developer and you're the project manager too. So it depends on the company size. Experience implementing third-party SDKs, social media. So I'm guessing that they're talking about sign-in, marketing. Not sure what a marketing SDK would be. And then analytics. Yeah, I'm not sure what marketing would be. I might not have experience with that. Experience working with core data / NS managed object in an. So this is super weird. So I've seen this. This isn't the only company that says this. NS managed object, like working with core data and NS. Like what else would you possibly be working with if you weren't using an NS managed object in core data? And if you don't know what core data is, then you don't apply for this job. It's kind of weird. A solid understanding of object-oriented applications. You can't even write. Well, I guess you technically could, but you ain't gonna make it very far. Development, Cocoa Touch design patterns. So probably MVC, algorithm design. All right. Experience working in a collaborative team environment with a version control system like Git. Passionate about making high user impact and moving key metrics. A BSMS or PhD in computer science and engineering from a top school, but a wonderful project list is even better. That's what I like to see, though. A BSMS or PhD. You could have a PhD in computer science and just be a mid-level engineer. This is the world we live in. Competitive salary and stock options. I mean, we'll see about that. A comprehensive benefits package to meet the needs of you and your family, like that. Unlimited paid time off. Well, gonna go in and just go out and get paid. Corporate gym access. I like that. Daily breakfast, weekly team meetings, and endless supply of snacks get us real fat. Numerous career possibilities that allow you to grow with Acorn. Okay. Keep you there long. I want to be somewhere long. Care deeply one another. Our mission and customers. Rare opportunity to create a new world. We inspire one another. Well, that's cool. But yeah. Anyway, that's what I've been up to. What have y'all been up to? Doesn't matter because I'm about to leave. All right, guys. So that's kind of what I would do. Not to this extent to where I just kind of got curious and started looking deeper and deeper. And yeah, we'd go maybe somewhere like here. Senior UI design pattern designer. I mean, design pattern. We'd go something like this. We look for a skill that seems to kind of stand out. Let's see what makes you tick. Let's see. You have exceptional written and verbal skills, and that's a very interesting request. I assume that they're working with remote. They're allowing remote because that's the only time that this would ever be a problem is if you're not working local. You're expected at both with both Objective-C Swift and, well, with, I wouldn't say both because you're listing 3 things there, but okay. You're at home in Apple developer ecosystem. Yep. Anyways, what you will be doing, can you tell us a little bit of something about what we're working with? Strong knowledge of core data. Bam. That's something. Core animation. Bam. See? So then because of this, we would be like, cool. We would be like, oh, need core animation. Let's go build something with core animation real quick. Auto layout. That's simple. Experience building reusable mobile app architecture for fetching, caching, and working with serialized data. Test-driven development. That could be another thing. Unit testing. That could be another thing. Continuous integration. That's another thing. So, data structure and algorithms. We wouldn't do data structures and algorithms. That's very specific case based. Like you wouldn't want to do that. Multi-threaded memory management specific to mobile devices. This is just regular networking. I mean, there's not too much. It's not that complicated. But this is like where the meat is. So, not even this. Not this. So it's just this and this. These are like 2 areas that most people wouldn't be able to complete. So they might not have ever worked with core data, core animation, or auto layout. You should have definitely touched whether you're doing storyboards or programmatic UI. But some people won't have experience with core data, core animation. I have very limited experience, so I'd be like, hey, let's go build this out. Let's go build something out. Test-driven development. This is kind of hard to show test-driven development, but you can show multiple unit tests, which kind of allude to the fact that you used test-driven development in order to create the product. Because if you do test-driven development, you actually have more tests than you probably have code. And then continuous integration. So you can demonstrate this. We could choose like this. We could have chose this. We could have chose this or this. So it's like 4 different topics. Shah, if you want to try to call in, go for it. I'm about to wrap up. I'll just go through one more, and then if you call in, then you call in. If you don't, then you don't. But yeah. All right. Senior iOS engineer, Weed Maps. What is Weed Maps? Is this what I think it is? Weed Maps. Is this about weed? I think it is. It is. $100 an ounce. Sounds expensive. I don't know how much it's supposed to be. Look at all that weed. I haven't smoked in a long time. If you don't have a number, you could try using the I don't know why you would ask if you call in if you don't have a number. It's a little bit different. But you can try using the the Uber conference link, and that will allow you to call in as well. So go ahead and try that. Anyways, this is Weed Maps. This is very interesting. I wonder what their careers say. Oh, look at this app. Okay, so we would want to build like, okay, so let's say we chose Weed Maps, right? Now let's take a look at what they're asking for. So responsibilities. This is gonna be check the screen. That's the number to call in. No, don't think so. Let me see. Allow.
This free conference call is provided by Uber Conference. You are the first participant on this Uber conference. Please hold while we wait for the others to join.
Let's see. 719-284.
Well, I've been sitting here all day, I'm sitting in this way.
There we go, mute music. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I'm in there. Conference, bam. This is the number. That's the pin. You go into that one. This is where you can find if you're calling in from a computer. And that's the way. That's the way to do it. Let me put it back over there. Uber Conference. It's also right here on the screen over there. It's over there on the screen. Not much else I can do outside of that. But yeah. Let's see. All right. And then, okay, so let's see, what would we be doing? Just waiting for you to join. Use the information, man. And just to show you how simple we can make it, if we were to open up a new browser and you were to type in Uber Conference /Kilo Loco, and let's see, you would just enter in your name like that, and then you tap join, and then hey, what do you know, you say use my computer, and you can say that.
This free conference call is provided by Uber Conference.
All right. See? So just like that. All right, so I think you're in there. All right, so let's see. And yeah. Okay, I have some people in here. Invite others, start recording, mute everyone, lock screen. So see 3 viewers. I'm not sure if you're one of them or not. But yeah, there's one person in here. Make sure that you hit the connect with a specific, make sure you hit the thing at the top. But yeah, about to head out. So I would definitely recommend tapping one of those buttons at the top of the screen. Make sure you're connected and we get everything going. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I only see people viewing. Jasmine has just joined. Jasmine's viewing. And let's see. So you guys are viewing. Oh, you're a lame. He's over here. What a lame. All right. Well, that's okay. I guess they don't let just anybody join. So I'll have to work on that. But yeah. All right. Well, that's going to probably be it for the rest of the day. Bam. Okay, so look at you now. All right, guys, so that's pretty much it. That's what I think the Get Hired is going to be. I'm going to go through, learn some stuff, use the job descriptions as a roadmap on what we should be learning. This one, minimum 4 years in iOS, 1 year Swift, ability to work successfully with teams, quality assurance.
Obama, aren't you?
And
are you his gay brother?
Let's see. Yeah. Let's see.
I bet you're related to Barack Hussein Obama, aren't you?
There we go. And we're going to pretty
I bet you're related to Barack Hussein.
All right. Let's see. A minimum of 4 years. Yup. Firm understanding of standard. Yup. Published at least one highly rated. Yep. And BA. Yeah, so they're not really listing out any specific job skills, which is kind of weird. But let's see. Yeah, they don't list anything specific. So we wouldn't be able to build on top of this one. But yeah, that's pretty much the idea, is like go to one of these listings, say Core Data. Once again, Core Data. I don't know. Nobody's that these apps aren't using Core Data. That's the crazy thing. I think that they just throw Core Data on there just to be throwing it on there, to be honest. Because I know for a fact that a lot of these apps aren't using persistence properly. But that's pretty much it. We gonna end it right here. And yeah, that's going to probably be the schedule. So be on the lookout for tomorrow. We're going to start with one of these Get Hired topics, and we'll try to build something around that. Yeah. All right. Thanks for joining me here today. Kilo Loco, your favorite dev. let's go ahead and wrap this stream up so I can go get some Mimi's time. All right. Later, guys.